to T-Boys TV. We're back again with live championship predictions. Obviously, we have done that once, and we are probably going to do it for the foreseeable future. So yeah, we'll see how everything goes. First of all, obviously, I know a lot of you have been in the comments. Big up to yourselves that have. Apologies that I'm late. Laptop wanted to start doing updates, even though I didn't use it too long ago earlier today. And then the StreamYard, in the StreamYard bit, the camera didn't want to turn on. So yeah, it's just one of them. And yeah, I've got hella spots on my face. I know it's peak. Everyone's like, oh, I use cream. It doesn't work, mate. It doesn't work. Yeah. So we go with that one. But big up to everyone. Like I said, big up everyone that was waiting in the chat. Hope everyone is well. And obviously we are here for championship predictions, game week 36. So yeah, man. See, Blue Terrier was going on a bit about Huddersfield. Hannah was asking what's going on. Tyler's laptop slower than Giroud. Trust me, it's just all the madness. Big up Stephen in the chat as well. Yeah, I found that out today, Blue Terrier. I actually found that out through Caden. Every game you guys play, I'll just ask him how's he feeling, even if it's a game I don't think he'll win. I'll just see how he's feeling. And yeah, he told me that as well. So yeah, for you guys, it's looking mad. But I did say at the start of the season, you guys will be in a relegation in battle. You know, I know most of your fans would have agreed, but then there was some that said second. Okay, that means second bottom. But anyway, you know, it's just one of them, isn't it? It's just one of them. Big up Billy in the chat as well. He says, sup, Ty. Nah, not a lot, mate. Not a lot. To be honest. But yeah, let's get into it. So obviously the first game is tomorrow, Friday night games, or game, shall I say. And that is Stoke City taking on Blackburn Rovers. Now, Stoke City obviously got that very impressive win against Sunderland away. And that, like I said, that gives me confidence when Luton go there. You know, given we're a better team. And we have got to play Sunderland away, which I'm hoping to do because everyone always picks up the away day. And the funny thing is, everyone that I've been to that's picked it up, they haven't witnessed their team win there. It's always been a draw. So, yeah, hoping to do that one. It's a very long journey, but, you know, is what it is. You know, it's for the team you follow and love. So who wouldn't do that if you have the opportunity? Like I said, emphatic win for them. They're taking on Blackburn Rovers. Blackburn doing very well. You know, as much as they're an inconsistent side, they're to get their consistency up at the moment. Obviously, they do sit fourth in the table, as you can see there. It's mad. You know, they've only drawn 4 games this season. Won 18. Obviously, lost 13. And that is Luton's last away day this season. So that's going to be very interesting. Again, I'm going to hope to do that because that will mean quite a lot to me because that was my first game ever away in the league, obviously last season, which might sound mad to some people, but I just never used to really be able to go to games, guys, younger, etc. So yeah, but yeah, this one's an interesting one. I can see this one being a tight one. I can see Stoke making it tight, you know, especially after getting that emphatic win. But we are getting on to the business end of the season. You know, like I said, Blackburn do sit fourth. I think they'll edge it, Blackburn. I'll go for a 1-0. I'll go for a 1-0 to Blackburn Rovers in this one. So, yeah, that's what I reckon. I reckon it'll be tight, but Blackburn will edge it. And just quickly, before I move on, actually, my midweek predictions. I got 4 points out of a possible 9. I'll take that. One of the games, obviously, spot on, the West Brom Wigan game. Got a point from Sheffield United. And obviously, I got nothing from Huddersfield. But I knew Bristol City wouldn't win. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, let's go through some comments. So I'll do it, the allotments. Yeah, I saw that. Well, I literally saw that, and it just, mate, we'll get into that because we'll get onto their game, of course. We don't care about Wenko. You don't care about us. Fair enough. We got Spencer. He says Haiti, and everyone's 7-0. Hope you're all well. Oh, I should have came in with a 7-up, innit? I should have. Do you know what? I'm going to the shops in a bit. I might get a 7-up. Yeah, for tomorrow's Premier League stream. Yeah, do you know what? I'm going to see if they do some. I'm going to the shop after the stream. I've got no more streams tonight. So, yeah, man, I'll have that set up for the, put it in the fridge, you know what I mean? Put it nice, refreshing in my mini fridge. Come back tomorrow, bash, you know what I mean? Bash for that Premier League stream. So, yeah, man. You see what's happening with Carl? Yeah, well, no, I saw a video and I don't know if it is exactly him, so I'm not gonna. He did look like him in it. That's what I will say. Certain stuff were blurred and that, of course. But even his face, I couldn't fully tell if it was him. But if it is, I don't want to get too much into it. If it's not true. But these footballers, they think they. I want to be careful what I say here. They think they're, because they're famous, because they're, known. They think they're, a certain power in a sense, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like they think they're untouchable in a sense. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not. I've seen bits, but like I said, we'll see what comes out. Billy's gone with the same. 1-0 to Blackburn. Sunderland was fucking amazing. First game under half. Yeah, exactly. You always go on about it. 3-1 Blackburn. Jeez, emphatic win for Blackburn Rovers. Stephen's gone with. Interesting. Big up Lewis, says evening tea. Big up yourself, mate. 1-0 Stoke. Okay, Hanno. Fair enough. It looked like him, but the beard was different. Yeah, like I said, I couldn't tell fully because it was blurred what I saw of it, but above the law. Yeah, you see what I mean, Lewis? You see what I'm trying to say, yeah. Untouchable. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Though? Like, you get what I'm saying there. 2-1 Blackburn, Lewis has gone with. Yeah, a lot of people had gone to that. If I didn't go 1-0, I'd have probably said 2-1. I'm just going to put the laptop on charge because I see that it's going down fast. And you know how this laptop moves. So, yeah. But, yeah, there's that. There we go. It's on charge now. Moving on to the next game, 12:30 on Saturday. I'd say this is an interesting one. I don't think it's like one of the games of the weekend in the Championship, but I do think it's an interesting one to keep your eye out on. Bristol City versus Blackpool. Obviously, if Liverpool weren't playing, I probably would watch this. Yeah, I would. Because I'm not going Luton. I'm not going Sheffield, shall I say. Obviously, I'll watch it, but I'm not going to it. Unfortunately, it's one of them where obviously I'm gutted because I've never been inside their ground, but I've been outside it, so it's one of them, I suppose. But anyway, Bristol City versus Blackpool. Bristol City obviously drew 0-0 to Huddersfield. If you're a Bristol City fan, I don't really know how the game went or anything. Didn't see any highlights, but you'd probably be a bit disappointed in the sense where obviously they've been on a good run. They took their first loss of the calendar year, the game before, in the league anyway. Taking out that Man City game in the FA Cup, of course. Probably disappointed with that in a sense. You're taking on Blackpool, who got a very impressive point against Burnley. I thought Burnley were going to win pretty emphatically. I've said that a lot recently of Burnley, and obviously that's because how good they are, but also the sense, they haven't done it at times. But again, I was surprised. Yates was back for that game. He might have been back for a game before, but I know he's been out, and obviously he is back now. Obviously, he is a really good player. He's up there in goal scorers. Not that top three or anything, but he's up there considering the position Blackpool are in. That's pretty impressive. I can't lie. At Bristol City, Ashton Gate. I'm actually going to go Blackpool to get a result here. Not a win, but I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. And if you're a Bristol City fan, you're probably not too happy with that. But I don't think Bristol City, I think they'll just be fighting to finish as high as possible now. I don't think they'll, an outsider, looking into getting the playoffs. I think there's other teams, and obviously I'll get into them later. Blackpool, a point wouldn't be too bad for them, but obviously it wouldn't be the greatest. Obviously, they'd prefer a win because, the bottom three is mad, compared to the gap to Cardiff, for example. As you can see there, obviously Cardiff on 38, Blackpool on 32. We'll go for a 1-1 draw in this one. Your predictions, 1-1. Yep, Lewis has gone with the same. So has Billy, 1-1 as well. Stephen's gone Blackpool to get all 3 points. Interesting. I could see Blackpool maybe sneaking it. But if that was with me, I'd probably go over 2-1. But 1-0, fair enough. We'll see. It's our opinions anyway. Moving on to the next game. A big game near the bottom. Don't think these two sides will get relegated, given how many points they are, better off compared to others. But they are, teams that can be dragged into it. Rotherham have been really impressed with them overall throughout this season, given, how they're usually, in the relegation zone, they're usually the Norwich of the Championship in the sense where, Norwich in the Premier League, where obviously Norwich always tend to go down. Rotherham, I'm a lot more confident in predicting them to get results when they're at home. However, in this one, they are taking on Birmingham City. Obviously, their last game, 1-1 draw away at Wigan. I knew Wigan would get some sort of result. I thought Wigan would get all 3 points. Rotherham, I can see them getting something here, to be honest. Birmingham have not been great recently. Like I said at the start of the season, for me, they're one of the most improved teams, and then they just recently have just had a massive drop-off. They have got good players. I know they've got a lot of injuries and that, but the ownership thing as well, it's still going on. And it's just not looking great for them. I'm going to go for another 1-1 draw in this one. That is my prediction for this one. Sorry, I was just waiting for it to go in. Your predictions, Bramall Lane. Yep, Bramall Lane. 2-1 Birmingham. Okay, interesting. Manish has gone with a Birmingham City win. Birmingham 1-0 Rotherham. Okay, so a few people have gone Birmingham. 2-0 Birmingham. Okay. I thought a lot more people would go Rotherham. Rotherham home form, I believe, will save them. Away form is doubtful. Hard to call. 1-1. Exactly. That's exactly what I think on that, Stephen. 100%, mate. Moving on to the next game. Coventry City taking on Hull City. See Lewis in the chat, as you can see there. Hull fan. Hull, I wouldn't say they've been, terrible this season. There have been some results where they've been impressive, especially away from home. I was surprised they got a result at Watford away, for example, even though obviously I don't like Watford. I was surprised. There's been a few games they've won as well, which I haven't expected them to, like Birmingham. And Birmingham were doing all right at that time when Hull beat them. I think for them, again, they're another one of them teams to see how high you finish. I don't think they'll get playoffs. I think it's a bit too late for that now, or at least in that push. Taking on Coventry, who are a team who I do think are, could late sneak in the playoffs. Overall, I'd say they've been very impressive since that Luton game. Been getting results, good results as well. Mostly. This one's an interesting one. I do think Hull will make it tough for them, and I think Hull are bringing a lot. I know a lot of that is down to, free travel and that, but still, credit to them, for that. Taking on Coventry, like I say, I do think it'll be tight. I do think Coventry will sneak it, given the form they've been on overall. I'm going to go for a 1-0. We're going for 1-0 to Coventry in this one. 1-0 Cov, unfortunately. Yep, Lewis reckons the same. Obviously, Hull fan, like I said. Coventry 2-1 against Hull. Yeah, fair enough, Billy, mate. Coventry are up and down, but are to 8th. Hull looking good. Yeah, Hull, yeah, exactly. The managers come around. They can be inconsistent at times, though. That's what I will say. But it is a lot better overall, compared to obviously what it was like before with Hull. But yeah, I'm going to go 1-0, like I said. I was very impressed with them on their Friday night game, getting that win against West Brom. I didn't expect that, to be honest. Clean sheet as well. A lot of people saying on the first goal they got in that game as well, keeper should have done better. I think you've got to give the player credit as well. I thought it was a really good strike, to be honest. So yeah, but they are just inconsistent. I also think that, like I said, Coventry, they do have a late chance of sneaking into their playoffs. I can't lie, they're only a few points off. So yeah, I'm gonna go with a Coventry win in this one. Miss Hull in the Prem, says Billy. Jeez, outrageous. Yeah, exactly. I think it was a good goal. I see a lot of people go, keeper should have done better, but at the same time, like I said, I think it was a good goal. But anyway, moving on to the next game. Top versus bottom. Burnley taking on Wigan. Now, obviously, when they did play earlier on in the season, Burnley absolutely smashed them away from home. And that's where you could just see the quality between the two sides in that sense. Granted, it was a bit different there for Wigan. They had Kolo Toure, who's obviously had a poor time. That's the problem with these teams nowadays. Sometimes they just go for a big name, instead of an actual better coach or manager or whatever. And obviously you're seeing that with the new manager. He's come in and they don't really get battered since he's come in. They usually, lose games narrowly, like look at the midweek game, for example. It's interesting. It's interesting. Burnley, on the other hand, obviously, we know they're the best side in the league by far. Obviously, they do sit 10 points clear as it stands going into this game week. They did get that draw that I was surprised with against Blackpool, but I do think they'll win this one. I don't think it'll be a hammering, though. Like I said, Wigan, under this new manager, don't really seem to concede a lot. Burnley, obviously, unbeaten at Turf Moor, though, this season. Obviously, it's just a matter of time before, they'll obviously, win the league and just keep grinding out the results, keep getting them points. 2-0 Burnley. 2-0 Burnley is my prediction for this one. 3-1 Burnley, Lewis. Yeah, I could see that. That would probably be the other prediction if I didn't say 2-0, to be fair. But yeah, I'm going to go 2-0 to Burnley in this one. I think Wigan will, it just won't be a battering. I think Wigan might actually have not an all right spell throughout the game. I expect Burnley to dominate it, but the sense where I think they'll actually play better than a lot of people think. But we'll see. We will see. I might be completely wrong. Moving on to the next game, Reading versus Millwall. Now, Reading, obviously, I did watch their game the other day. That was the game I watched on the Tuesday. Them versus Sheffield United. Reading at home are very good. I think they're 5th in the home form in the league. Which is, in that sense, if it weren't for their away form, there'd be, that's playoff sort of form. That taking on Millwall. Millwall, obviously, they're fighting for playoffs. What usually happens with Millwall is they do well, they're in there, they fall out. Obviously, it is like that at the moment with them as well. Obviously, they are 7th, so they're not in the playoffs as it stands. This one's an interesting one because I don't think Reading were awful against Sheffield United. They obviously narrowly lost. Sheffield United done well on that goal. I think it's Billy Sharp who kept it on, if I'm correct, and got the assist. That was a good ball across. They done well to keep that on, like I said. And that is Sheffield United. Do you know what I mean? Saying that, though, Millwall obviously did beat Sheffield United. I could see this going one or two ways, but I'm going to go with a draw, given how Reading are at home. I'm going to go with 1-1 draw, another 1-1. I know I've gone with a lot so far, but I'm going to go with another 1-1 draw in this one. 2-0 Sheffield, sorry, T. Not a problem, Lewis. Not a problem. Obviously, we'll get into that game in a bit. Wigan might have to take this free hit because it's opinion. Do you know what I mean? Don't worry about that, mate. 4-0 Burnley. Geez, you reckon it'll be a battering? Interesting. 2-1 Millwall. Says Billy. So does Lewis. Sorry, wrong game. Nah, it's all good, mate. It's all good. It's probably because what you're looking on is different to this. Moving on to the next game. I don't think it's going to be a great game. Hopefully, I'm proven wrong from a neutral perspective, even though no one's going to be watching this unless you're a fan of the two teams. No disrespect. Preston North End versus Cardiff. Preston have the joint second worst home form in the league. It's just mad. Their away form's not as bad. Their away form's actually not too, decent. Is decent, sorry. Taking on Cardiff. Cardiff, they are getting these results at the moment, which, are helping them, gain even more points and get more points away from, the bottom three, like that Reading result a couple of Fridays ago, winning 1-0. There's been a few others as well. I just can't remember from the top of my head. The last two times these two sides have played, it's been 0-0. And I can see it being like that again, which overall, I think, Preston, again, for me, they're another team. You just look at it now, looking to finish as high as possible. Cardiff, on the other hand, I think they'd be happy with that point, given, it's another point away from, the bottom three. So, yeah, I'm going to go for a 0-0. I'm going to go for a 0-0. Last weekend, there was 2 0-0s. I'm going to go with a 0-0 in this one. So does Stephen, gone with a 0-0 as well. Preston to edge it. interesting. I've seen a few people go with that. Billy's gone with a 1-0. Lewis has gone 0-0 as well. And then Stephen's prediction for Reading, Millwall is a 1-1. Yeah. Moving on to the next game, QPR versus Watford. Obviously, both teams got fairly new managers. Obviously, this will be Chris Wilder's first game for Watford. People might say I'm being biased, but I think he'll flop. Watford, you know how they move. They'll probably be, 2 points off the playoffs in the final games or something. They'll probably get rid of him. I wouldn't be shocked. Taking on QPR, obviously got Ainsworth, obviously 2 defeats since he's come in. It's looking mad for QPR. Now, I don't think they'll get relegated, but they could end up being 21st, But the thing is, if Cardiff get a win or a draw and QPR don't win, or even if they draw, Cardiff will go above them because they've got a better goal difference. So it's just mad. It's just mad, the downfall with QPR. I have to be honest, I'm liking it because all the grief I got from their fans, when we lost at home last season, when that goal they scored from the corner should have never stood. I still stand by that. And I'm loving it. 6-1 on aggregate against them guys this season. But yeah, taking on Watford, obviously a team I don't like. I just don't rate QPR whatsoever. Obviously, Watford are trying to fight for the playoffs. I did say at the start of the season, I think they get playoffs and squeeze in there, which looks like if that is going to be the case with them getting playoffs, it looks like they will squeeze in there. So I did say they'll finish 6th. And yeah, I think this is a game they'll look at, want to win. You could say a new manager bounce, but then again, I just think QPR crap. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm going to go 2-1 to Watford in this one. But saying that, every time I do predict Watford to win or win, they'll either draw or lose. So we'll see what goes on. Hating both 1-1. Fair enough. You don't want any to win. Obviously, I don't ideally, but I do think Watford will. I can't lie. I just don't rate QPR whatsoever. 1-1 at Watford, says Billy. Fair enough. Moving on to the next game. Sheffield United versus Luton. Obviously, Luton is my team. How am I feeling going into this one? I'm feeling 50-50, to be honest with you. Obviously, Sheffield United, they want to try and confirm that second place at some point, which I reckon they will. The only way I see Middlesbrough getting above them is goal difference. Even though Sheffield United have a better goal difference as of now, I think it could go down to something like that. But in the end, I think Sheffield United will get second. Luton are very good away. Obviously, we are third when it comes to away form in the league. I think Sheffield United are third when it comes to home form. They have had some results at home this season, which I've been surprised about. Well, I'll say some. The only one I can really think of is that loss to Rotherham. It's an interesting one. Like I say, we are good away. But I could, obviously any game can go one of 3 ways, as we know. Obviously, you can either win, draw, or lose. But this is one I generally look at like that. Some games I look at where I think we'll either win that or draw that. Whereas this one can literally go any of the 3 in that sense. And I'm just being honest. I'm going to go over Sheffield United win. I do think we'll make it tough for them. But I do think they'll win. I can't lie. I'm going to go 2-1. 2-1. The last time we beat Sheffield United at their ground, I think was, I think it's like 1996. We have broken, or 1994, one of them two. We have broken a lot of records. I think it's 1994 actually at their ground. It was 3-1 or something like that. Last time, we have broken, like I said, we have broken a lot of records this season. Beating they're doing the double over Norwich. Same with QPR. But, even last week we broke a record, beating Swansea at home for the first time since 2001. But, yeah, I just think Sheffield United will edge this one. Like I say, I think we'll make it a tough game. And if the performance is there, similar to Burnley in the sense, if the performance is there and we lose, I'm not going to be disheartened, because they are a good team, Sheffield United, and they are always up there. Do you know what I mean? And I do, like I say, I do believe they will get automatics. But I'll be happy with a draw away. I'll be happy with that, So, yeah, I want to go 2-1 to them, though. I can't lie. So, yeah. Your predictions, Lewis went 2-1 Watford. It's same as me. 2-0 Sheffield. This is an opinion, mate. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to get disheartened. I'm predicting us to lose. You might get people, oh, you're negative. What? Because I'm not going to sit there and go, oh, yeah, we're going to win. Them sort of people that are like, oh, it's my team, so I'll back them. Give it a rest. If you think they'll lose, just be honest. Like, why you got to sit there and try and lie for? It just annoys me. Just be honest. Do you know what I mean? If you generally think you'll win, then fair enough. But it's just mad. Kenny said Tyler need Luton to beat Sheffield United. How comes? Or is he just saying that? Billy's gone 1-0 Luton. Sheffield going to bottle second, I think. Jeez, you reckon? 1-0 Luton. I mean, that would be typical Luton for us to go away and win 1-0. We've done that a lot this season. And like I said, if the performance is there and we lose, I'm not really fussed because, like I said, it's going to be a difficult game. As long as the performance is there, that's all I care about. Sheffield United now, as we are taking a fair few. We need to get behind the boys. Yeah, we always tend to bring a lot to Sheffield, though. I think last season we sold out. Unfortunately, I didn't go to that. Obviously, I did a watch-along. Well, without that game went, flipping glad I didn't anyway. But yeah. Obviously you want Middlesbrough to get second. That's why. 6-0 Luton. Oh, dear. One more goal, Kenny. 7-0. Yeah, and then I might have to get another 7 up. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. Oh, dear. But, yeah, that is my prediction for that one. Excuse me. Moving on to the last 3 games. The first game, Swansea City versus Middlesbrough. Obviously, like I said, Middlesbrough, a team that are chasing Sheffield United. Like I said, if Middlesbrough do get second, which I don't think they will, I think Sheffield United will confirm it in the end. I do think they'll make it tight, though. I think it will come down to goal difference. Honestly, I could see them being on, if it did come down to it, them being on the same points as Sheffield United's goal difference. Middlesbrough's goal difference, doing it. Because like you see them in a lot of games score a lot of goals. A lot of 3-1 victories for them this season, especially away as well, which I've been impressed with. One of them being at Sheffield United as well. Taking on Swansea, I don't really rate Swansea. I knew Luton would beat them 1-0, and it was. I wasn't convinced with Swansea the game before that as well. That was on TV against Rotherham. 1-1. The goal they conceded was poor as well. I think Middlesbrough win this quite emphatically. No disrespect to the Swansea fans, but I'm going to go 4-1. I'm going to go 4-1. There's always one result you look at and go, whoa, in the Championship. Last week, it's obviously Sunderland Stoke. But then again, would a lot of people be shocked with that? Because Middlesbrough do score a lot of goals away from home this season, and Swansea are not the greatest. So, yeah, 4-1 for me. Your predictions. 3-0 Middlesbrough. Again, Lewis has got emphatic. Kelly. 2-1 Middlesbrough. Fair enough. Bit closer. Fair enough than Billy. 3-0 Middlesbrough. Hanno reckons Luton will get 1-1. I'll be happy with that, mate. Second place for Luton. Imagine that. I don't think that'll happen, but imagine. I'll be delighted with the point. People laugh at that, but at the end of the day, they're fighting for automatics. Do you know what I mean? Away as well, which we don't have a great record at. So yeah, I'd be happy with that. Borough would be too much for the Swans? Yeah, exactly. 3-1. If I didn't say 4-1, I'd have probably said 3-1, to be honest, given they do get a lot of 3-1 victories away, but I just think they might get one more. Swansea awful right now. Martin under pressure. Bro, that guy's been under pressure so long now. Like, it's just mad. 3-0. Yeah, a lot of you going 3-0 Middlesbrough, which I don't blame you lot, really. Swansea's form, I'm going to go Middlesbrough 3-1. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, Swansea's form ain't been great. Moving on to the next game. The last game on the Saturday. And then there's a game on the Sunday. West Brom versus Huddersfield. Obviously, this is Carlos against his former club. Huddersfield, did get that draw with Bristol City. But yeah, obviously it's still not great for them this season. A lot of their fans think they will go down. I agree. I said it at the start of the season. Taking on West Brom. Obviously, West Brom are fighting for the playoffs. I did predict their game right the other day, like I said. They're obviously 4 points away. See, they are a team that are in that battle. My opinion, I do think it'll be a tight one. I do think this game will be a tight one, which might be a shock to people, given Huddersfield, obviously got that batter into Coventry, who are obviously another team fighting for playoffs. But I'm going to go 1-0 West Brom. I'm going to go exactly what I went with in the last game, 1-0 to West Brom in this one. Your predictions? Kenny says, thing is, I often say I'd be happy with a draw when it comes to it, and we didn't play well enough to get a draw in the game. I hear that. 2-1 West Brom, says Lewis. Yeah, fair enough. Need a sporting win. Yeah, I've got that game on in the background. 2-2. Interesting. Huddersfield to get a point, Filipino. You're more confident than their fans at the moment. West Brom 2-0. If I didn't say 1-0, I'd have said 2-0. Billy says 2-0. We'd love to see. I'll still go to yeah. Well, it's just delusional. How are you getting second? What, you meant second from bottom? The togetherness is still there. Oh yeah, looks like it. But anyway, less said about that, the better. 1-0 West Brom. Hanno's going to be the same. West Brom 2-0 winners. Yeah, fair enough, Stephen, mate. Fair enough. And then moving on to the last game, which should be an interesting one. Norwich, obviously a team fighting for the playoffs. Obviously, a lot of us said they'd win the league or at least finish top 2, given how they usually do. They are currently in the playoffs, 6th place, 55 points. Taking on Sunderland, who obviously had a massive downfall as of recent weeks. Obviously, he took that very heavy defeat to Stoke at home as well. They ain't been great. There was a moment where, they were doing well with, given the injuries they had as well. They're still grinding out results and that. But, yeah, it's just not been great for them as of recently. Taking on Norwich, who, like I said, are in the playoffs, their aim now is to get playoffs. It's not to get second or anything like that. I'll be very shocked if it is, because I can't see that. I can't even see that happening for Luton. Do you know what I mean? And we're above Norwich. Obviously, Norwich are the favourites, giving our Sunderland a bin. Like I said, the position Norwich are in. I do think Norwich will win, to be honest. I do think they'll win. And I do think it might be quite a big scoring. I'm going to go 3-1. 3-1 to Norwich. I can't lie. I like Warnock. Yeah, he's a no-nonsense manager. I like him as well, to be honest. 3rd to 23rd, apathetic. 2-0 Norwich. Yeah, fair enough, Lewis. Fair enough. 1-1 Sunderland to get something. Again, I wouldn't be shocked if it's like a 2-2 game. Given that I've said 3-1, I wouldn't be shocked if it's like 2-2. But I just think Norwich will probably do it. 3-1 to Norwich, says Billy as well. Sunderland 2-1. Gee, Stephen's gone with. I mean, that would sort of help us, wouldn't it? Because Norwich are literally behind us. Obviously, if they do win and we don't, they'll go above us. So, yeah, that would be ideal. Obviously, Sunderland, they're not 3 points away from us. Sorry, they'd be more than that. But, yeah, we will see, man. We will see. Hanno's gone 2-1 Sunderland as well. Jeez. I mean, I'd like this, given if we don't win. And I will watch that game because I know it's the early kickoff. Like it says there, obviously 1 o'clock, but obviously that's, I think this website's Spanish or Spanish time or something. So, yeah. But anyway, they are my results. So let's just run through them again, then we'll calculate the table. So Stoke City 0, Blackburn Rovers 1, Bristol City 1, Blackpool 1, Birmingham City 1, Rotherham United 1, Coventry City 1, Hull City 0, Burnley 2, Wigan Athletic 0, Reading 1, Millwall 1, Preston North End 0, Cardiff City 0, Queen's Park Rangers 1, Watford 2. It sounds like one of them people on the Saturday when they go through all the results, doesn't it? Sheffield United 2, Luton Town 1, unfortunately. Swansea City 1, Middlesbrough 4, West Bromwich Albion 1, Huddersfield Town 0, Norwich City 3, Sunderland 1. So, yeah, they are my predictions. Let's calculate the table. So, Burnley would be 10 points clear still. Of course, both teams winning. Middlesbrough would be third, of course. Blackburn fourth. Norwich would jump up to fifth. Luton would still be in the playoffs. Thank God for that. Saying that, though, if Millwall win and we don't, then, yeah, we won't be in the playoffs. So, come on, Reading. Yeah, come on, Reading. Come on, Paul Ince. Even though you don't like us, come on, mate. Just get your players up for it. Coventry, that's what I mean. Look at that. Coventry would be 7th. 2 points off. Like I said, they could get a late push in this playoff race. Gyökeres is on fire as well. And they've done well to keep him as well, I thought, this year. I can't lie. Millwall will be 8th. West Brom 9th. Watford 10th. But look at the points, though. Look at the points. It's mad. Sunderland 11th, Preston 12th, Bristol City 13th, Hull City 14th, Reading 15th, Stoke City 16th, Swansea City 17th, Rotherham United 18th, Birmingham City 19th, Cardiff City 20th, so they jump up, like I said, on goal difference. QPR 21st, I mean, it's mad. And then obviously the bottom three would remain the same. I do think that's the same order that it is now as well, isn't it? Blackpool 22nd, Huddersfield 23rd. Obviously, I know Wigan are already bottom, but the other two. But obviously, Wigan are bottom and goal difference. And again, I did say Wigan's finished bottom. So we'll see what happens, man. And bear in mind, I didn't change it. I didn't do no mid-season prediction at first, but still, overall, I've been happy with my predictions this year. If they stay like that, of course. So we'll see, man. Let's go through your last bit of comments before we wrap up. I don't want Norwich to go up. A couple of seasons ago in the Championship will give them a bit of a reset. I don't think they will anyway if they get playoffs, to be honest. I mean, it all depends who gets who in the first load of games, but yeah, I don't think they will, mate. Walnuts title prick, says Stephen. Mine is Norwich. Tiki, send me a link to that website. If you just type up, mate, worldfootball.net. And no, actually, you don't even have to type that up. You type up championship predictions. No, sorry. Championship table predictor. And then look for the one that has worldfootball.net. It will come up. There's one for the Premier League as well. The only thing I've gutted about with this website is it don't do it for like cup competitions. Obviously, I know you wouldn't do a table for that, but like a next round sort of thing. I'm gutted they don't do that. Like they have games on there when but it's just annoying because when I do FA Cup predictions, I like to do it like that, but obviously I have to do it the other way. But yeah, for these, man, they're always good, man. Shout out Kenny. Kenny was the one who actually told me about this. So yeah, man. Phil Coventry and West Brom should be high. QPR relegation. No, I think they'll be all right. Because how far down the others are, I think they'll be all right, to be honest. Got it, thanks. No worries, mate. They do go up, guaranteed they'll go down. You never know, mate. You never know, because look at Fulham this season. Most people said they'd go down. Look how they've done. So, I don't know. It depends. For me, it depends how they obviously spend their money, what they do. Because you've seen in recent years, they've come up and they haven't done anything. And that's why they've gone back down. So, all they've done the bare minimum. So, we'll see, man. We'll see what goes on with that. But yeah, people, that is the end. Like I said, that is the end of the Championship predictions for Game Week 36. And there is midweek games. So as for predictions next week, probably Monday. Probably hope to do them on Monday. Like I said, there is it's game week 37 then, so it's good. I like it when it's like that instead of all these rescheduled games. It is a bit annoying. However, in the Premier League, I think there's 2 rescheduled midweek games, which is a bit annoying. So I'll just get them in with the predictions tomorrow. So yeah, man. That is that. But yeah, man, big up everyone that's tuned in. Much appreciated, of course, like always. Apologies, I was late. Obviously, this laptop is liking moving slow at the moment, which is annoying because there's not an awful lot on it. Barely got any apps or anything like that on here, but is what it is, I guess. So yeah, but obviously, no today. Like I said, obviously I will be back tomorrow with the Hatter Show and Premier League predictions. I'm not sure as of yet what stream will be first. Usually it tends to obviously be predictions, but we'll have to see because something is going on tomorrow regarding my dad. Nothing bad. He's just getting something checked out, and he don't know what time it's going to. You know, he might be doing it with me basically. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see what goes on with that. So yeah, obviously, you know, as soon as I know, see, I'll just promote it on the socials. You know, the usual, and obviously keep an eye. If you ain't got me on any of the socials, if you don't have them, obviously if you do, make sure you do follow me across them. But yeah, just keep an eye and see what times I'm planning to go live and that sort of thing. I don't know if you guys can still hear me because I know my laptop's just froze. Oh yeah, no, you can still hear me. That's all right. I'm actually trying to close down the flipping championship prediction website, but yeah, laptop just loves to do it. Oh, I'm back again. Moving. Still can't do anything on the laptop, which is a bit annoying. It's like it don't want me to go, does it? So yeah, but yeah, and then obviously Saturday, with me not going to the Luton game now, we'll be doing a watch along to the early kickoff in the Premier League, Bournemouth Liverpool. Sunday, I'm not sure of anything as of yet. And then, like I said, Monday probably be championship predictions for the next load of games. And also Champions League, second load of games as well. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. I don't know if I'm going to do it all in one. I might do it separate. Yeah, I might do 2 streams separate, to be honest, because it's not rescheduled games, is it, in the championship? So, yeah, I'll probably do it separate. And yeah, and then there'll be a watch along midweek to Liverpool Madrid. The annoying thing is, it's one of them days where Luton and Liverpool play pretty much the same time, if not the same time. I can't remember where it is exactly, but I'll have both of the scores up on the main screen with obviously all the other games that are being played at that time as well. So yeah, there'll be a watch along to that. I'll probably try and watch a Luton game on my phone, and then obviously watch Liverpool on the TV. So yeah, man, that is that. My favourite games. Oh yeah, of course it is. Obviously, it's the early kickoff for yourself, Spencer, mate. So yeah, good luck with that one. Hopefully Liverpool keep up how they are. Well, how they were against Man United. Bring that into this game. And yeah, hopefully it's worth waking up for you. Not one of them crap games like we've seen in previous times. So yeah, I'm going to be in my Premier in by then, so might be able to tune into your watch along. Yeah, no worries, mate. No worries at all. So yeah, that is that. But yeah, my laptop is back again, working by the looks of it. So it looks like I can actually wrap up the stream at some point. Or if I just jinxed that, I might just think, oh no, I'm freezing, but I should be back. Again. I know you can still hear me, so that's the important thing, I guess. Yeah, right, we're back again. Yep. So yeah, people, big up to everyone. We're on 12 likes. Don't forget to smash that like button if you haven't already. As for new subscribers, have we gained any in the stream? Not quite, but big up to everyone that's obviously already subscribed. Don't forget to smash a like I said. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss an upload or a scheduled stream. If you do want to follow me across any of my socials, obviously links them are in the description. That would obviously be much appreciated. And yeah, I think that's everything. Oh yeah, subscribe to my other channel as well, T-Boys TV Extra. Link to that is in the description as well. And there will be some new videos on there coming up to the near future. Hanno's got 2 that he's planned doing actually. And I think one will be out sooner rather than later, given one of the games is coming up again, the second leg, which you all know what game that is. So yeah, you won't want to miss. Oh no, hold up, I'm bugging out. Is he already, actually? No, I swear he already posted that one, didn't he? Yeah, no, he already did. Sorry, the Liverpool Real Madrid watch along. But I know he's already got another video planned. So yeah, check that out. That should be out in the near coming days. So yeah, people. I'll say back again tomorrow with 2 streams, Premier League predictions, and the Hatter Show. So until then, big up yourselves, stay safe, take care, and peace.